As we have been discussing for a long time, because of the shifting demographics of the American population towards a higher population, a higher portion of the population being Hispanic and Latino, we know that Republicans need to court the Latino vote to have a viable shot at winning future presidential elections. I believe that based on the prior proportions of racial demographics and voting in the 2016 election, Republicans would need something like the Republican presidential candidate would need something like 62% of the white vote to win if they cannot court more of the Hispanic and Latino vote. Unfortunately, that outreach is not going particularly well. Of course, opposition to President Obama's immigration executive action has been hurting Republicans in the polls with Hispanics. But now the Republican National Committee has announced that there will be absolutely no Republican primary debates on Univision, the most watched Spanish language network. Sadly, Lewis, they did not make the cut. That outreach to Hispanic voters is really failing.
It really is. This is great news for Democrats. But yeah, they really need to completely change their game plan here because they're just stabbing themselves.
And MSNBC also did not get awarded a Republican primary debate. Bloomberg TV not awarded a Republican primary debate. But the difference is that Republicans aren't really counting on, nor do they need, the MSNBC viewership support. They probably already have much of the Bloomberg TV support. They really need the Univision viewership to vote for them if they are to stand a chance. And I don't know what they're thinking.
Now, honestly, in the eyes of some voters, not seeing these primary debates could help the Republicans.
Right, yeah. If all of a sudden you tune in and you're Hispanic and you see what the Republicans are saying, that might make you not vote for them. So maybe you're actually getting at something here.
Yeah, well, if you don't hear them talking about how they deport all of the illegal immigrants, and how they want to shut down the borders, then you might just check off their name on the ballot.
One more note on this. Univision spokesman Jose Zamora spoke to the Huffington Post, and he didn't specifically address the Republican Party's decision not to have a primary debate on Univision, but he did speak broadly about the need to engage Hispanic voters, and he said, quote, "There is a very simple political reality. Hispanics will decide the 2016 presidential election." This is not a crazy comment at all, given what we know about the changing demographics and particularly the importance of the Hispanic vote in historic swing states.
It's an interesting statement. I mean, you could say that Hispanics will decide the vote. You could say that whites would decide the vote.
Sure. I mean, you can argue that without any support from all sorts of groups, the election would be decided, right? If all black people supported one candidate or the other, if all women supported one candidate or the other. But I think the point here is this is a group that is changing so quickly that their support has an increased importance in deciding elections.
Well, as we know, this is a group that in 50 years, maybe less, will be the very clear majority in the country.
Yeah, I think more like 25 or 30 years, if I recall correctly. Very, very interesting. We'll continue to follow that.